we check a lot concerning technical aspects, but then when you are here, you really want to see how beautiful is that. Exactly. And concerning the view of these courses, I really love it, and players do. I spoke a lot with them, and but it's technical as well, you know. So can change a lot with the wind. The first days we have few wind, and so the scores were lower. I mean, when I say lower, I say higher. That means then the play was difficult.
Yeah, well, now I understand that golf, when you say lower, it's higher.
Yeah.
So.
And but then it's the preparation of the golf courses is what we can ask. We came before and we tried to put the level difficult, but not impossible, because then it's not fair for the players. So.
So Alps Tours is like more or less a school for the amateurs and for professionals to progress, to move to the Challenge Tours and hopefully move up to the European Tours.
Yeah.
You have your relation with the players. If you can describe to us the significant practice and improvement in those players in order to progress.
Well, I think they start to live with all the others professional. Maybe the new guys, the amateurs, are meeting the guy who are playing from 3-4 years on the Alps Tour, and they see how they work. They see how a professional has to be at the moment. In the last 10 years, golf changed a lot. They are caring much more concerning physical preparation. You know, they spend much more time to the gym. They take care about what they eat. They take care about everything. Maybe when you are too young, you're not caring about these things. But when you see then all the guys who are winning, who are getting better, are caring. So probably you have to start to do that as well. And they are building their career. So it's important. They have to. In all the other sports, it's already like this. You know, you have to work a lot when you are a professional. And golf is actually they're becoming like this. And the young guys are absolutely understanding that. It's not easy. You have to work a lot on all the aspects and the mind aspect as well. You know, the golf.
The mental part is the most important part.
Well, probably in golf is the best. Stay focused on your mission, on your goal for more than 4 hours. That's very hard. So that's one of the points. They work a lot at the moment with psychologists and people like this.
So younger generation is my next question. Now we always used to know that the older generation are the masters for golf. Now the younger generations are injected and they're excelling and they're speeding up the process. In your opinion, being an observer of all of the events, all of the tournaments, and you're also running these the organization of those, how are you observing these younger generation trying to to be better than the old generation, and which in your experience are doing better?
Of course, as I said before, it's important. You can really meet some talented we say old, but they're not that old players who are standing on European
40s.
Tour, that they are doing very good. They're using all the experience they have, you know, and this is very important as well. But you can see really the youngest are ready to push. They are, in the last years, we have a few examples on the European Tour with Rory McIlroy or the Italian Matteo Manassero. They turned pro very young, and they are competing, you know, with the others. And this is pushing all our guys.
Do you think it's a switch, or it's like, you know, something that is specific, very specific?
It could be something that happened. Guys are turning professional always soon now, earliest, you know, when they see then they can get a career earliest possible. They turn pro and they try to compete with the best. So to the other side, you have to watch out. Don't get bored too soon. But everywhere, you know, if you start early, then you have to be helped by parents, by federations, by all these things. But your question is true, that there is the youngest are pushing, you know, they are really
trying
to, they try to.
Because, you know, it has been known that the golf is known for a segment of the society. It's known for male who are a little bit older, like 40s and above, and they really like people who are rich or elite, you know, type of segment. My question to you is about ladies. It's also about, you know, the rich and poor aspect for this game.
Honestly, it's changing a lot. In Europe, in Italy, or all where we are playing, a lot of golf courses where it's not necessary pay a lot of money to play are growing, giving the opportunity to all people, to everyone to play. And then you finally, even someone who is not rich can try and see if he'd like or not.
Fit, yeah,
so that's what is changing. That's the big change, you know. And public courses are growing around everywhere, and so you can meet guys who are probably not rich, but they want to succeed. Then they have the opportunity, and that was not happening a few years ago. So it's that's the big change, you know.
Yes. So do you expect a tremendous change when the Olympics is coming, 2016 and beyond? Do you think the game will be having a totally different perspective? Do you think they will be having indoor places for practice? How are you seeing the outlook and the future of the sport?
Can just grow. I mean, a big event as like the Olympics can just help the movement. Of course, it will be showed to even all the countries where probably golf is not that popular yet, not that famous, and so will be put curiosity on everyone, and then it will become like, it's strange to say that, but like a real sport, because now a lot of people think that golf is a good game, but not a good sport. At that level, when they want to be a professional, it's a sport, and the Olympics probably will show everyone that this is a real sport. You know, the guys are a sportsmen and girls, but not just that they're not just playing for fun.
Speaking about Olympics, my final question to you is about the Winter Olympics and Sochi Games.
Yeah.
You're a skiing instructor,
yeah.
So we want to get your view about the Winter Olympics. How are you seeing the results so far?
Well, what I saw, the alpine ski, all the big names, all the favorites are getting the medals.
Yes.
So it's
like the usual domination.
Yeah, I mean Austria in an alpine ski, but France as well. They get the medals during all the World Cup they were looking for, and all the very big champions are, as always, the big champions are ready when they have to be ready. The Slovenian skier Tina Maze showed us that when was not that good during all the season, and then she won the first Slovenian gold medal ever. So it's a good example, you know, to see how the preparation is focused on these big events, and I think it is they still on it. It's a very good Olympics game to see how Russia welcomed, and yes. looks nice. Yeah.
And do you think there is significant differences, or is it like the normal? Is there something really outstanding in the results?
No, not really. I mean, as I told you, the gold medal from Slovenia, but then all the rest are what I follow are what I was expecting. What I was expecting. Yes. Yeah. You cannot invent almost nothing when you have to prepare at these big important events. It's
well, at the end, I'd like to thank you very much, Alessandro Pia, for joining us. It has been a great pleasure to have you.
Thanks to you. It was a pleasure.
Let's move on now for a short break.
Ross Fisher ended a 4-year European Tour title drought with a 3-stroke victory on Sunday in the Chawan Open. The 33-year-old Englishman finished with a 2-under par 70 on a wet, murky afternoon to win from Northern Irishman Michael Hoey and South African Danny van Tonder. Fisher, whose last triumph came at the 2010 Irish Open, sealed first place with an eagle 3 on the 15. His medium-distance left to right putt always on course for the pin. It gave him a 4-shot cushion at the par 72, 7,281 meter, the Els Club Copperfield, the longest European circuit layout. The Englishman, ranked 82 in the world, was a model of consistency over the course west of Hingfeld of Pretoria, shooting rounds of 66, 65, 67 and the 70 for a 20 under 268 total. He trailed compatriot Simon Dyson and South African Trevor Fisher Jr. by one shot following the opening round, took the second round lead and was never headed during the weekend. Hoey did slash the 5-stroke overnight advantage of Fisher to a single shot after 11 holes by sinking a long birdie 3-putt. But the Irishman found water with the approach shot at the next hole, was punished with a double bogey 6 and slipped 3 strokes off the pace. Hoey closed with a 68 and Van Tonder had a 6 birdie 66, the lowest score of the final round of the last of the 8 European Tour tournaments hosted by South Africa. Spaniard Carlos Del Moral, seeking a maiden European victory, also came within a shot of Fisher, but his inconsistency prevented a sustained challenge and he came fourth.
With this, we come to the end of this edition of Sprint. We thank you very much for watching us, and we hope you enjoyed this edition as much as we had. Thanks for watching, and see you next week. Goodbye.